wish we could do that, you know, out here on the East Coast and just stick up for what's right and what's wrong. You know?
Right. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
But I was just gonna say, getting back to the same thing I said from the beginning. It's about common courtesy, decency, and respect.
True-Era.
And everything will be all right.
Yeah.
Your era, my era, forever.
True-Era.
360.
You know.
All right. How about this moment? Where were you when you first heard that Magic Johnson was HIV positive?
I remember that. I was sitting in my living room and I was like playing with some toys probably, and like, you know, video games, something like just I remember just doing something, and I remember hearing it, and it was on TV. People were talking about it, and I just remember everybody else in the room just kind of reacting like a crazy way, and people were just like, "Oh, that's crazy!" Like, you know, just like everybody, and I didn't know what HIV was at the time, so I'm like asking questions and really actually feeling kind of ignored in a way, because people were just so caught up in the moment or whatever. They're like, it's just initials. That's all you need to know. Like, so, you know, there's some letters, Keeks. Go play. So, you know, so like, not just knowing that it was something bad. Like, that's all I remember. Like, I remember some people just saying, like, you know, people being really upset. People like thinking about his career, how that was going to work out. And then, like, you know, a lot of people just like basically a lot of negative around it. Like, either people were mad at him or people felt really bad for him, and I didn't quite understand exactly what it meant.
Yeah, I do remember that, you know, with Magic, you know, he was my favorite basketball player, and I just remember being really angry. Yeah. Not at him, but just angry that I wasn't going to see him play anymore. Because at that time, everybody thought that AIDS was just going to kill you within a year and a half, you know, of hearing that you had it. Yeah. You know, and obviously, I mean, the man's made more money. And money doesn't make you, but he's gone on to be made more money outside of his playing days.
Yeah, Magic theaters, the movie theater, all over the place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he needed to practice more safe sex. And speaking of safe sex, you know, Pee Wee Herman got caught whacking off in the theater that year.
Oh, that's safe sex.
So it's like they preach practice safe sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. You know, the safe sex, and then you get arrested for it. You know.
Yeah.
How messed up is that?
What part of the game is that?
That kind of destroyed part of my childhood in a way, yo. Like I was a big Pee Wee Herman fan.
I was too.
Like,
you see it in my first
I loved all the
photo.
movies and everything or whatever, and that just hearing that, and then like, you know, just people like hearing adults like, yeah, you can't watch that movie no more. Like, you know, like it's funny, like one thing happens and then, you know, like I wouldn't be out in public doing anything like that or whatever. Like, that's just weird. But what's crazy is that, like, that one thing, you just start to forget everything else that the person has done. So, like, you know, his career goes down, movies get played less, and then it takes a while. Like, now they play a lot of it on cable every now and then, but I remember there was, like, action figures of Pee Wee Herman, a whole bunch of stuff. Like, dude was, like, a big thing, and then after that, kids had to stay away from Pee Wee.
Yeah, they had to take him off the shelf. But it's like,
stay away.
For it's just like as if the man didn't have a life away from that character. That's
exactly,
you know, and that's what I was upset about. I'm like, he's a man. I mean, that's what they're gonna do. He's a human being, you know. And it's like supposedly he didn't do it, but you know, his original show on HBO was originally like a V comedy show. You seen that?
Yes.
Seen clips of that old show on HBO from like 1982 or whatever? You know, where it's just like they got those old innuendos of him in the house and like, you know, I see London, I see France, you know.
Hey, when you see they changed it from Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure, was just going to the movies.
Oh, yeah, right. His own big adventure. All right. And as for fashion trends, we're going to go for some of those fashion trends. Now, cross colors.
Oh, in the building.
Oh, man.
We had to have cross colors.
We got to touch that.
Take it, D.
Oh, man, I remember back in D.C., first of all, I didn't have no control over what I was wearing. At the age of 6, my mother was purchasing my clothes. My family was doing all the purchasing.
I'm pretty sure you had a little bit of say, man.
Whoa.
Don't be ashamed.
Purple sweatpants, all types of things. I had them. I ain't ashamed to say it, you know. But honestly, I wouldn't have been the one to purchase that. But hey, it is what it is, you know.
When I grabbed those pants, I said, "What is that, velvet?"
You know it.
They were soft. Why wouldn't you want to wear them?
It's good though, man. I mean, I enjoy everything about the past, you know. I wish some things could stay the same, except for them colors.
And them tight jeans they wearing today.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Carl Kanai, Z Cavarici.
Oh, yes,
Those names ring bells, I'm sure.
Yes, they do.
Skids pants and gear. Skids. Overalls. One strap on, the other off.
Yeah, I had the overalls.
All right. Soccer sneakers like Sambas and Miters. Bo Jackson's in the Bo Nose campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the cartoon?
Oh,
Bo Jackson, Michael Jordan.
We are all stars.
I forgot about that.
You know it.
Do you remember the cartoon for Hammerman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. I have some. You know what? I got a treat for y'all. Speaking of which, I got a treat from Hammerman. It's a moral. I'm gonna break it out right here. It's just like this moral of the story kind of skit on this album that I found. And it's about graffiti on Hammerman. All right, I'm just gonna play it. This is from '91. Okay, all right. So it's called Jody Los Chachis Graffiti off the AWOL 1 Four Eyed Mortals album. All right. So I'll just play it real quick for you guys so you guys see.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That's like one of those moral of the stories from Hammerman. You know, from that cartoon. Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hammer, man.
Yeah, Hammer
Did you have
time.
hammer pants back in the day?
Yeah.
I didn't have it. That's pushing to the limit.
I was being already, baby. With no hammer pants.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, what was
Being
the theme of that show? Was like you put on magic shoes and like became like a dancer.
Yeah.
And he was like a nerd beforehand.
Keys and something, music
Yeah.
symbols jumping around.
I remember the theme song was like he put on the magic shoes and became Hammer Man or something like that.
I wish they could bring them back, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Cartoons.
YouTube that later.
Yeah.
They might have it on there.
Definitely. All right, here's another one. New Kids merchandise. New Kids on the Block merchandise.
Wow.
All the girls that were into that, man.
David Vaughn.
New Kids.
She's a big fan over there.
Oh yeah.
Smiling.
Oh, you got a New Kids fan in the house.
That's
I had
Taylor May
pajamas.
over there. They're really excited about the new kids.
Oh,
Really
you.
old now.
Oh, you. I bet you was in a Danny, huh? You were in a Danny Wood. I can tell. The big buff type. You like the yeah, the big buck of the group. The meathead of the group. Starter hats, jackets. The prerequisite Georgetown jacket. You had to have that first. Mandatory Georgetown starter jacket.
It wasn't a G unless you had that, you know?
Yeah. You can't have Georgetown without the G. Raiders, Kings, White Sox hats.
Yeah.
White high tops, Ewings. Remember that?
Oh,
Yes.
Ewings?
Had to have those.
I had to buy
The
like
navy
3 of
blue
them
and white.
because the numbers kept falling off. and
Those are
stuff,
Easter
you know?
sneakers. Those are Easter sneakers.
Don't wear those too much. And Ewing's from the bridge, so shout out to Pat Ewing, man.
Yeah,
I even
man.
know Patrick Ewing Jr. personally.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Pat Ewing was my idol growing up. I'm a diehard Knicks fan, you know. Shout out to all you Knicks fans out there. Speaking of which, there's a line in this song where he goes, I bust a nut, get up, and put on my white Ewings. What's that from?
Oh, look at this.
91?
I feel like one of them lame rappers on Hood Fab right now.
You know what I
He
mean?
ain't getting no socks, bro.
No socks.
All right, I'm going to just let you know. It's from Steady Mob and Ice Cube. I'm about to play it right now.